Please. Welcome to Westmoreland County Community College Latrobe Center. We are so excited today. Many of us thought perhaps this day wouldn't come, but alas, it has. We've had some issues, but I will tell you that the building isn't sinking, right? That was one of the things floating around. Nothing leaks. That's good too. So none of those things that you've heard out there actually are true, except the fact that we have a beautiful building. We opened this past August to roughly 400 students, and we are super excited to be here. And coming to the facility in the first couple of weeks after opening and kind of talking to some of the students and asking them how they felt. So the students who had been to our Laurel Center, which is just down the street, they were walking in on the first couple of days and they would have tripped over something in the hall, right? They were more like in awe of this building and what it meant to come to classes here. And our new students were saying things like, I hope my tuition dollars go to things like this in the future, because this makes me feel very good to attend a college that looks and feels like this. And so I can assure you that your money was well spent. The donations that came in, the state funding, the county funding that helped to support this. And that not only does the college appreciate it, but the students really appreciate it as well. So an overall thanks to everyone for making it possible for us to be here today and to celebrate this great facility in downtown Latrobe. The one thing I have learned in my year here is that crossing the bridge made a big difference, right? So we're also happy to be downtown in Latrobe, and that makes a big difference for us as well. We have been so welcomed to downtown Latrobe. Nearly everyone in the community has opened their arms to us. And again, we could not be more grateful for that warm reception. So I have a lot of thank yous to give out today. So I hope you'll bear with me. And then we have several people who would like to say a few words. And then we'll do a ribbon cutting out at the corner of Depot. And for those of you not involved in that, you get to go upstairs and eat and take a tour of the facility. So just save a little something for the rest of us, okay? I'd be remiss if I didn't start out with the people who make the community college what it is and who support us every day and also helped fund this building, and that's the Westmoreland County Commissioners. So we have with us today Chuck Anderson, Tyler Courtney, and Ted Kopis. So thank you for your support. We also were able to raise money through the foundation. And so I'd like to acknowledge two of the foundations and folks associated with that who are here today, because truly they too made this possible by their generosity and support of us being in Latrobe. The Catherine Mavis McKinney Foundation and the McFeely Rogers Foundation. So we have Linda McKenna Box here with us today. So thank you, Linda, for your support. And is she not here? Oh, okay. I thought I saw you. Zan McKenna Rich. Zan, thank you. And James Okanak, who is McFeely Rogers Foundation. James, you here? Thank you. I also would like to thank the people that helped build the building, which is super important, right? So we have with us from Kimball Architects Gary Lapira. Gary, I know I saw you. Yep, thank you, Gary. And Bill Snyder from Design 3 Architecture. The co-chairs of the campaign that helped raise the funds for the Latrobe Center was board member Jean Chiffre, and Bud Smale. So we want to thank them for their leadership. Also, while again, I get to come up here and thank everyone and to be a part of this wonderful event, I was truly not the person who spearheaded this from the administrative side. It was my predecessor, Dr. Dan O'Bara. And so I want to give thanks to his leadership and vision for putting really, the Latrobe Center vision out there for the county commissioners and the board to consider. So thank you for that. We also have several members from our foundation board who worked tirelessly over the past several years to help raise funds to support this building. So I'm going to run down the whole list and then we'll give a round of applause, okay? Jim Bendel, who will be speaking to you shortly. Christian DiDiana, Bud Helrich, Bonnie Lewis, Mary Catherine Mochar, Ron Ott, Norma Samide, Judy Sharon, Joe Tremarchi, and John Wright. So I'm hoping I'm hitting about 90% in getting names right. I have to be getting better as I'm going along. I just know it. I do have a capacity to learn as well as to teach. So I'd also like to point out, in the past few days, one of our full-time instructors here, Lou Congilio, his wife is the daughter of Jean McDonald. And Jean was not only a huge part of this Latrobe community, but a huge part of the college and where we are today. He gave tirelessly to everything he was a part of. And again, we are so grateful to great men like Jean who have gotten us where we are today. And so Lou and his wife, Joanne, are going to be donating one of the benches that you see around Latrobe here in front of the Latrobe Center in honor of Jean. And so Jean will continue to look over us as we go forward here in Latrobe. And I cannot think of a better memorializing of Jean as to have him here at the center with us. So thank you, Lou and Joanne. I also need to thank the Board of Trustees. We have a 15-member board who volunteer their time and energy to move the college forward. And so when I say volunteer, it is totally free. And when I tell you how much time and effort they give, it is like having another full-time job. And they do it with a smile, without a question, because they know the impact that this college has on the community. And I am eternally grateful for having truly the best board that one could ever have. And I think that Westmoreland County should be very, very grateful as well that we have 15 outstanding leaders who bring their expertise to this college to make it what it is. I am now, well, not now, but I will give Larry the honor of introducing all of the board members, because otherwise, you know, I'm talking the entire time and not sharing in the love. So he will recognize them, but I too wanted to just say that I am very, very grateful for what you've done for the college and for making today a reality. Okay, I will introduce Larry Larice, our chairman of the board. And when I say grateful, Larry is someone who, when I came here, they call Larry Mr. Westmoreland County. And then I found out why, right? So whenever you need the answer to something, Larry knows where to send you. If you say, you know, what do you think about this? He has an answer, and it's a good one. It's not just an answer. If you have an idea about something, he knows who to connect you with. And when I have a tough spot, he says, I got it. I got you. I'll take care of that. And talk about hours of dedication. You know, I call him up at 7 o'clock. He's drinking some wine. He still talks to me and still gives good advice. So, you know, there you go. He must be used to working under that kind of pressure, right? So I would like to introduce the chairman of the board, Larice, and then I'll be back to introduce the other speakers.
Thank you, Dr. Stanley. And with some of the difficulties we have at times, you could call me at 3 o'clock and I'm having a glass of wine. Ditto to all the thank yous that Dr. Stanley put out, particularly to our county commissioners and our state representatives for supporting the ability to do something like this. I would also like to thank the City of Latrobe and the Latrobe Revitalization Corporation that worked with us a number of years ago and encouraged us to build this facility in downtown Latrobe so we could create additional foot traffic and more business for Latrobe. Thank you. I have the pleasure of working with a board of trustees who are very talented and very dedicated people. We spent 5.5 hours yesterday on a retreat looking at the next project that we're going to do. And I think they would have been back today to do it. So I'd like to introduce them, and please hold your applause to the end. Those that are here today are Chad Allman, Bridget Johnson, Doug Weimer, Dr. Dirk Mattson, John Wright. Representing Just Stairs is his son, Dr. Brian Stairs. And finally, Gene Safray. Now, this last fellow that I introduced, Gene Safray, he is the longest serving member of the board. He has served for 25 years. He spearheaded this project. He was working on this project 2 years before I was on the board, which was 7 years ago. And he's a native of Latrobe. So there's nobody better to make comments on behalf of the Board of Trustees than Gene, and I would like him to do it at this time.
Thank you, Larry. Dr. Stanley mentioned that she's excited. I have to tell you personally, I am very excited about this day. This was a long time coming, a lot of meetings. As Larry mentioned, I'm a native of Latrobe, born and raised here. In fact, just beyond that wall, under the bridge that Dr. Stanley referred to is the Walhalla Creek. And as a young boy, my friends and I used to play along the banks of that creek. In fact, sometimes we even played in the creek. And yes, it does wash off. For you people who are from Latrobe, we used to come out of that creek with some kind of a sulfur yellow look. And our mother made us hose off in the backyard before we could enter the home. But it brings back great memories for my time in Latrobe. And, you know, when we began this project, one of our goals was to try to help bring back some of the businesses in Latrobe. If you drive through downtown Latrobe or even throughout some of the surrounding areas, you'll notice some closed up businesses, boarded up businesses. And our view at the college is we look at those businesses that are closed and boarded as future opportunities. Just like the walls of this college offer future opportunities to our future students that will attend here. We're hopeful that some of our graduates will pursue some of those closed businesses. Some entrepreneurs will open them up and provide opportunities for new businesses and also jobs for the students that graduate from these walls. So we have reason to be excited. We're very happy to have worked with everybody who made this project a success. Our current mayor, who was not even mayor at the time, and I and Jim Okonak and many others used to meet at Vince Quattrini's building, the former Mellon Bank, and would start there very early in the morning. I did find out that Jim and Vince can consume a lot of coffee and donuts. But I'd like to thank all of those individuals in Latrobe who really got behind us and helped us to get over many, many hurdles. And there were quite a few. The buried tanker car, which we might be standing right on top of it right now. I tried to talk Dr. Stanley into converting that into an underground lab. And we were going to do it, but the DEP kind of got involved and we decided we better not pursue that. But thank everybody of this community. Your help is greatly appreciated and we're very excited. And on behalf of the entire Board of Commissioners and the college family, we thank you very, very much.
I'm splitting up my thank yous as we kind of go along and I introduce speakers. So if I haven't thanked you yet, your time's coming for sure. So a few more thank yous as we kind of go through. And Jared Trenzo, is Jared here? I thought I saw. Yes. So if you have had an opportunity to meet Jared, you cannot walk away without feeling like you've had maybe 4 quarts of coffee, right? He has an energy that is contagious and just what I think Latrobe needs. And so when I met with Jared, he was talking about the landscaping and about the lighting and about how we wanted to integrate all of that and support the center. And so thank you, Jared, for having a vision for Latrobe and for allowing us to be a part of that vision and continue that. I really appreciate it. I'd also like to thank some of the staff at the college. Certainly the leadership team. I believe Dr. Pat Garrity is here. Dr. Pat Garrity, Dr. Christy Bishop, Anna Marie, who has got, I was mentioning to her before that she's got the right shoes on. She's been running up and down the halls and taking care of everything. Dr. Donna Carruthers, and a special thanks to Dr. Carruthers. She helped open the facility and helped to plan this open house and ribbon cutting today. Dr. Craig Santacola, I didn't see him, but I think he's floating around somewhere. And he oversees the center. So thank you for your leadership. Thanks to the staff here at the Latrobe Center. You have been warm and inviting to our students and opened the center up beautifully. So thank you for that. And then of course, facilities and information technology for keeping the center up and running and so beautiful. So thank you for your hard work. So our next speaker is the Honorable Kim Ward. And I think honorable is very, somebody laughed at that. I did not laugh. As a matter of fact, I was going to say, I thought the honorable part was very apropos because they clearly broke the mold when God created Kim Ward. And I don't know if that was a good thing that it broke because I could take a few Kim Wards in my life, right? I don't know if maybe your husband would say that, but I'd take a few Kim Wards in my life for sure. She is fantastic, right? Not only advocating on our behalf, but just as a person, she's fantastic. And to the students, I can tell you that she works so hard every day to get the message out about community colleges, and in particular, this community college. Truly, you could not have a better advocate in your corner. And so I will introduce the Honorable Kim Ward.
Thank you, Dr. Stanley. You are tall. Whatever. Yeah, I am. But I thank you for the low podium. Sometimes I can't see over it, but it's very, very, very nice to be here today. And I'm not going to take up much time. I just want to say congratulations to all of you for all of your work, raising the money, having the foresight, doing all of this wonderful work to bring this facility here to a great town with a great mayor, Rosie Wolford, who's short too. So you're bringing this great education that you offer here at our community college, which I am so proud of. I really am, and I'm a product of a community college from a long, long time ago. And bringing it and spreading it around so that it's more accessible to more of our residents. So congratulations. I love you. It's great to be here. You did a great job. And you county commissioners, you do rock here. You guys are really good. Thank you.
I'm going off my script, which probably, I told Anna Marie, you can never put a script together that I don't, right, go off of. I mean, she sweats the whole time, wondering how she's going to have to clean up my mess later. So a couple more thank yous as we go through. So yeah, Kim had mentioned Rosie. And so I'd like to acknowledge Rosie Wolford, who is the mayor of Latrobe and also a member of our foundation board. And it has been a true pleasure to work with Rosie over this past year. And I know many people have said since we have started, you know, the work and since you've become mayor. And again, I think Latrobe is very fortunate to have someone who works tirelessly every day to advocate for Latrobe, has a passion for Latrobe, believes in Latrobe, and it emanates in everything that you do. And so thank you for all of your hard work and for welcoming us to the community. I really appreciate it. I'm going to introduce the council for the members that are in attendance. And some of you I haven't met, and I'm not the greatest at names if I haven't met you. So I'm just going to say that right up front. I have a lot of skills. That's just not one of them. So forgive me in advance if I don't get this correct, and you can come up and correct me later. And again, I'm teachable, so I won't do it again. So on Latrobe City Council, Gerald Baldonera, City Manager Wayne Jones, got that one, huh? I'm good. Council Member Michael Scapiro from the Latrobe Revitalization, Tim Dingman. From the Latrobe Revitalization, Chad Ruffner, and I mentioned before from the Revitalization, Jared Trenzo. Thank you for all of your support of us as well. I'd also like to thank Wayne Jones, City Manager Wayne Jones. When we opened this facility, he came to us and said, you know, I got this great idea. Let's help promote downtown Latrobe along with the center. So we purchased some backpacks, and then he worked to gather materials from the local merchants, coupons, flyers, things that would benefit the students. And then he got a group together and they stuffed the backpacks, and we gave them out to the students on the first day. And it just so happened that we were at Dairy Queen. I have 3 kids. Don't hate me for that, right? So we're frequently, you know, at Dairy Queen, and students were there with their coupons, and you know, I started to see that that was making an impact. So great idea, and thank you so much, Wayne, for helping us with that. Appreciate it. In this center, as I mentioned before, we have about 400 students. Some of the additions that are at the center is we have the labs, which we did not have in the Laurel Center. So now we can have allied health programs, the chemistry, the biology, we've got the wet lab. You can get full degrees here where you could not at the Laurel Center. And so we're pretty excited about those expanded opportunities for the students in this area. In addition, Dr. Garrett and his team will be putting forth additional continuing education opportunities that are starting next month. So look out for that, a little bit of a plug. One of the things we've been working on over the past year is how can we help K through 12? How can we be a part of the solution, right? We have a gap in what is needed by industry and the skill sets that students are leaving college with. And it's just a misalignment. So students are getting education in areas for jobs that don't exist. So you have a choice, right? You can take a job that might be something you didn't want to do. It's probably at a lower pay because you're not trained for that, or you can leave. And neither one of those are a good solution. So we've been meeting with K through 12 and the chamber and Jason Ragone and Jim Smith and several others about how we can solve that, right? How can we get students engaged in careers where there are jobs here in Westmoreland County? And I could not be more grateful to the K through 12 partners. And so I'd like to recognize those who came today to support us and show that support. And the greatest school district ever, because my kids go there, would be Greater Latrobe School District. No offense to the others in the audience. Judy Swikert. Judy, I didn't see. Oh, hello. So you can tell her I said greatest ever, right? And hopefully my kids are winning the soccer game right now because that's what they're doing, playing soccer. And Cheryl Walters from Derry. Cheryl down here. And I did see Jamie Perano from Franklin Regional. Jamie? So thank you. And actually, Jamie really is a Greater Latrobe guy, right? Nobody from your board is in here, right? I said it, not him. Trust me, he'll hit me later. So thank you for your partnerships. Marie Bowers is also here. She's the director of the Eastern Westmoreland Career and Technology Center, and I saw Marie back there. So another dynamo, by the way, fighting every day for a good cause. So thank you guys very much for being partners with us and coming out to support us. I appreciate it. Okay, now I'm going back on script, right? For a minute anyway. So I'd like to bring up another honorable person. The Honorable Joe Petraco. So Petraca, sorry. So again, just a huge supporter of the college. Feel very blessed to have really good people in our corner doing the good work every day. So I welcome you to the stage, Joe.
Thank you, Dr. Stanley. Certainly great to be here, and I thank you for all that you're doing for the community college. Believe me, she makes her rounds in Harrisburg, and she's not shy when it comes to talking to us about what we're doing and what's needed for community colleges in Pennsylvania and certainly Westmoreland. It is a great day in Latrobe, and watching this building being erected over time. I guess I was sitting here wondering if we're going to be able to pass a budget sooner than this building was erected. So, what do you think, Kim? But I hope you don't win. I hope you don't win. I think that this building is a testament to not only this administration, but past administrations and the board of directors of the community college, elected officials at all levels. The amount of cooperation and foresight that we've seen in Westmoreland County over the years it's truly a wonderful thing. And two of my colleagues are here from the State House, Representative Ted Harhigh in the back and Representative Mike Reese. I believe Mike used to be a former teacher or part-time teacher at the community college. I was joking with him and told him that enrollment went up when he had to stop doing that. But I am sure I'll pay for that later. But no, it is, the community colleges, when you think about community colleges in Pennsylvania, we only have 14. We have 67 counties, as I'm sure you know, and 14 community colleges. And they do a wonderful job. Westmoreland, we've been going, I believe, over 40 years with a community college in Westmoreland. And when you look at Pennsylvania, in terms of us in Harrisburg, House, Senate, Democrat, Republican, we all have certainly a lot of support for the community colleges. I believe last year in our budget, we appropriated $215 million to the community colleges in Pennsylvania. Studies have shown that for every tax dollar that goes into community colleges, there is a direct or indirect benefit to Pennsylvania of over $40. So we certainly get, from a state perspective, a bang for the buck with community colleges. Obviously, community colleges are very, very affordable for students. You have small class size, personal instruction. The community colleges have an open enrollment policy, which means that everyone is welcome. And I think that we've seen that, and they are able to respond, I think, much quicker and much better than some of the other educational opportunities for local programs. We've seen that with even in the different local industries that we have here. So community colleges, again, are certainly an asset. And for Westmoreland County and Latrobe, this is certainly a great day. Wonderful things are going on in Latrobe, in the downtown. A lot of plans, a lot of things are happening, and glad to be a part of it all. Thrilled to represent this area. And again, congratulations to everyone that got us here today. And again, great day in Latrobe. Thank you.
So I'll tell you, when I saw Joe in Harrisburg, he said, "You hold this on a Thursday afternoon, I'll be there." So when I saw your name on there, you didn't get a call from me, because if I hadn't heard from you, I would have called and said, "Really? I expect to be seeing you here." So yes, I would also like to recognize Representative Ted Harhigh and Representative Mike Reese, and also Lou Lazaro, who is representing Tim Murphy. And so thank you for your ongoing support of us and for coming here to celebrate with us. I appreciate it. So I will now introduce Chuck Anderson and tell you that Chuck he has more knowledge in that brain than I probably have in my big toe, right? Or the other way around. That was really not a Freudian slip. That just was a goof on my part. So I'm sure I'll be fighting diligently for my budget next year. He has more intelligence and okay. Forget it. Anyway, when I first met Chuck, he gave me a tour, right, of the Capitol in Greensburg, and proceeded really unaided at all to tell me every fact that probably there is about every room there. And it's impressive, right? And so you go into his office and you wonder if, my first thought was, like, did everybody just leave their stuff when they moved out of this office and you're claiming it all? Because I didn't think it was possible for someone to have led that many lives, to have that many accomplishments, to be that diverse as a person. But it's all his. So it's pretty impressive stuff. And forgiving my faux pas, he really is a really bright guy. So please, Chuck, I know I'm really great, aren't I?
All right, good stuff. Well, Dr. Stanley, buckle up. No, this is great. Wonderful day. It's been said before, it's a wonderful day in Latrobe. You know, I love ribbon cuttings. You know, this means progress. This means moving forward. This means the great accomplishments are yet to be made. And, you know, talking about the community college, what it does is incredible. I mean, what we're doing here is we're creating a workforce that's educated and talented and can do the job, which tends to bring in entrepreneurial opportunities to the county, that people will establish their businesses here because they have a good workforce, you know, that can make it happen for them. So this is absolutely wonderful. You know, I was thinking when I was coming over here today about, I think about 6-7 years ago, we opened the regional campus in New Kensington, which was just a kind of a blighted area. And to see that beautiful building go up there, and then looking around what's happened in the last few years with the coffee shops and people, that's where the people are. So things are happening around the community college, and it's an opportunity to go in there and knock on the door and place to look for jobs, and it's all kinds of wonderful things that bring people into the building. But it's a gorgeous building. Hopefully this is be a stimulus for the downtown area of Latrobe, and do exactly the same thing as it did up north. So I'm very excited. I'm psyched about this new building, about the new opportunities that we have here, and I'm just very, very excited about the future of not only Latrobe but for Westmoreland County. Thank you all. Great, congratulations, and thank you very much.
So next, hopefully I'll do this well. I'll introduce Tyler Courtney. So I'll just tell you a little. So I saw Kristen and I were at the WIB board meeting this week, and I said, well, I nearly drove my car off the road coming to work because there's this huge billboard, right? And there's Tyler. And I wasn't expecting it. And it's like right on 119. So you're real close to it, you know, and you feel like he like just came out at your car. So I was like, wow. And so I said, right, I'm like, I wonder if that shocked him. Like, you know, when he saw it going up and it was Chuck and Tyler. And so I said, it must be weird to see yourself, you know, and like 30 foot tall, right? But I think that's a good representation of Tyler as well. He is 30 foot tall. And again, you know, we are lucky to have county commissioners who work so diligently for us and who look after every penny and to make sure that it is going to the right thing and it's doing good work. And I am very appreciative of the support that they have given us to make this building possible. And we will do you proud, because there's a 30-foot Tyler that will come after me if we don't. Please.
Now, the funny part about that is, today we were out earlier at the Citizens Advisory Board luncheon, and I was standing to get pictures with Chuck and Ted, and I'm the shortest commissioner and I'm 6 foot tall. I didn't think that would be possible. Ted's standing beside me. In my 4 years in office, he's always been 3 or 4 inches taller than me, so I feel like the short guy, and then he decides to stand up on a hill to make me even shorter. Thank you. Congratulations to the community college. Congratulations to Latrobe. This is truly a great day. One of the things most of you, I know Jason and Jim and Chad, we've been talking about Westmoreland County and the aging population. And one of the things that makes Westmoreland County great is we've got to keep our workforce. Chuck mentioned it. I'm a true believer in the fact that if we don't work with our school districts and we don't work to educate and keep our youth here and our workforce here, it'll be hard to attract businesses to come to Westmoreland County. That's one of the greatest things about Westmoreland County, is the fact that we do have such a thriving workforce. And this campus, as well as everything the community college is doing, Dan, under your leadership, and Dr. Stanley under yours, is really going to take us into the future and the things that we need to do. Everybody in this room, this idea didn't come from one person. It didn't come from 5 people. It came from dozens of people that put their minds together, tried to identify the needs and the voids that we had in our community, and brought it together, and look what we have. These are the things that we need to look for. This is what true leadership is. These are what the things are going to be to make Westmoreland County great now and in the future. Thank you for everybody that's helped with this project. Thank you for being here today to support this, and thank you for your leadership. Have a great day.
Ted's over there sweating what I'm going to say now, aren't you? Well, Ted's got a billboard too. I saw it today. Whole family. He was like, oh yeah, I'm putting the whole family in my billboard. I'm going for it, man. So poor April had to probably go get new clothes for all the kids and herself, and make sure everybody was clean. So that's quite a feat too, because I've got 3, and I remember when they were that age, and I don't think I've got any pictures where everybody was looking at the camera and smiling. Like I might have the back of the head of somebody, or somebody's kicking somebody or pinching somebody, but I'm not sure there was a straight good photo until maybe they got to be 12. So kudos just for that. And again, Ted's the guy you call and you say, hey, can you say a couple of remarks to the students at this event? Or do you mind coming after, after work and swinging by and doing us a favor and just talking to the students about, your experiences and the community college? And it's always yes. So, he works around the clock, as all of our commissioners do, to make this a reality, and just really appreciate the support.
I will confess, I was positively terrified sitting over there wondering what she was going to say about me. Though I am grateful there was no body part references there. Wow. I could have so much fun with that, but I'm not. We're in a distinguished crowd. I am so happy to be here today. First and foremost, I've got to offer some thank yous first to the board. Larry, Larice, under your leadership and the rest of the board members, thank you for what you do. It's never lost on me that it is indeed volunteer service. It is very appropriate that we have Doc O'Barrett in the crowd. Doc, thank you for setting the vision and also for setting a high standard of leadership that Dr. Stanley has capably filled. So kudos to both of you for your leadership. This is how it's supposed to work. This is how government's supposed to work. 5 years ago or so, about 5 years ago, leaders from the community college came to us with a vision for a project. This was one of them. The county, I think, made a very wise decision that day. We made a decision that day to put an investment, make a very targeted investment, make a calculated gamble on doing something great for this town. From there, we worked with our partners in the city and with the revitalization committee, with our partners in county government, like the redevelopment authority. I see Mary Catherine Mochar and David Johnston here representing that agency. Make this happen. And as we're going through it, we start working with our partners in the school district to make sure that we're building a curriculum that is worthy of this building as well. This is how it's all supposed to work. And that's why I'm so proud to be here today, and I'm so proud of our partnership with the community college. I say it constantly, the most important thing we do in government, one of the most important things we do in government, is ensuring that folks have access to high quality, affordable education. And no one does it better around here in the Westmoreland County Community College. And this is really just another feather in the cap of this fine institution, the way we can continue on that legacy that was set by all the folks that we talked about earlier, by our past presidents and past board members. That's why I continue to be such a strong champion for this college, to make sure we're continuing our investments, to make sure that this building isn't the last of our accomplishments, that the students who pass through here aren't the last generation of students, that we're always looking bigger and better, and that we're always making sure that folks continue that access to an affordable education. Because we know how much it means to everyone in this room, to what it means to these local communities, what it means to our county, what it means to our society. And lastly, I'll add, these types of projects really give us that 2-for-1. We're getting that educational component that's so important to the big picture. We're also hoping to re-energize one of the real core communities in Westmoreland County. That's Latrobe. You know, working with folks in the local Chamber of Commerce, the Revitalization Committee, the mayor and council. This is how it's supposed to work, folks. And this is why we can all celebrate today our partnerships together, our investments in each other, and this is the fruit of all of our labor. So I'm so proud to be here. I look forward to continuing to work with all of you. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Next up is the Honorable Rosie Wolford. And I made comments about Rosie before, but I'll just add that she really was the one that said, crossing that bridge is important, and hear you loud and clear. And I will make a commitment to you that we will continue to work to integrate ourselves into downtown Latrobe and continue to make it successful. So.
Thank you, Dr. Stanley. I need to get you one of these jackets now that I know that you're Greater Latrobe. Exactly. It's an honor and a privilege to stand here before you and represent the city of Latrobe as its mayor. And on behalf of the city council and the residents of the city of Latrobe, I want to echo Dr. Stanley's thanks to all of the people that she mentioned for what's happened here today. We thank you for your belief and your commitment in the city of Latrobe, and we will not let you down. As Ted said, this is a perfect example of what happens when communities and businesses and institutions and governments communicate and collaborate and all work together for the good of the community, and everyone gets what they need. It's a wonderful day, and as to paraphrase one of our favorite local icons, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Thank you very much.
So next up is Dave Martin, who is the president of the Laurel Chamber. And so Dave, right? Dave's been here how long? A year? I was going to say, I knew it wasn't much different than me. So yeah, Dave put me to shame. So when Dave and I met, he's like, what? I make up a lot of stuff, but this one, no. So, so Dave and I went to lunch, right? And we went to Sharky's. And so we're sitting there and we're having lunch. And, I'm keeping in mind that he's relatively new to the area like I am. But unlike me, everybody who came into that restaurant knew Dave, stopped by, said something, hi. And I was really kind of struck with the thought that he is a part of a very nurturing, welcoming community, right? They embraced you, you embraced them, and it was very telling. And so, then I'm reflecting on the fact that my husband and I live in this community, right? And raising our kids in this community. And we're just very proud to be a part of that as well. And I have heard wonderful things about the work you are doing for the chamber. And so we're lucky to have you, Dave, and thank you for supporting the college.
Thank you very much, Tuesday. It was a great lunch. I'm a little less excited than I was just a few minutes ago because Rosie, you stole my opening line.
I knew it.
But I'm going to use it anyway. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And this is perspective from somebody who has been here about 1 year and 10 months. And I remember a month before that, driving into Latrobe over the bridge to meet with the search committee of a chamber that was really trying to reinvent itself and try to figure out what it meant to be a chamber and what that was going to mean for the greater Latrobe area. And at the time, the chamber was not located in a great part of town, and my GPS was really struggling to find the office. And I kept driving by the college. And I remember thinking, wow, and it's a little surreal to me to be standing here 1 year and about 11 months later at the opening of a structure that at the time was just a shell. I ended up coming to town and driving past this facility every day. And just like the video that was playing earlier when we all walked in, it was cool to see it all come together. As it has been really cool to see the revitalization efforts in the town of Latrobe. It's not my first time here. My very first job out of college was at a little radio station at the corner of Ligonier and Depot Streets, and that was in the early 80s, to date myself. And Latrobe was a different town. I remember broadcasting live from Troutman's. I think Strickler's had not been torn down yet. And the town, you know, it's a pendulum. All towns are. You look at towns like Lawrenceville and Bloomfield and other towns outside of Pittsburgh that saw a great resurgence just in recent years. And I see Latrobe being there, and I see this facility as being a big part of it. Revitalization, that's a word that's used all over the country. You hear chambers use it all the time. But it's nice to see, and it's exciting to see how that is happening right here. There was a store recently, we cut a ribbon. They moved from Route 30 to the town of Latrobe, to Ligonier Street. That's a great sign. We've cut ribbons in Latrobe. We've welcomed new businesses that opened offices in Latrobe. And I see great things. And I think it's not lost on me that the work that the Latrobe Community Revitalization Program and the work that Jared is doing, Rosie, you're amazing. And Wayne, the work that you're doing, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and it's very exciting to be here and celebrate this great accomplishment. So congratulations.
Oh, Chad. Chad is the president of the Westmoreland County Chamber, but he's also a member of our board. And, you know, in the past, I've sort of fashioned myself as, you know, having a good one-liner here and there. But I've been upstaged by Chad, but I'm not going down without a fight, Chad. So just keep that in mind, because, you know, Chad has these little zingers, but I've been known to give it back pretty well. So, yeah, he's the guy that challenges me. He's what? He's afraid. That's right. I'm not doing it today. I'll let you do that. So welcome, Chad. And again, thank you for the chamber supporting us.
Well, I was really nervous there. You know, when you are at the end of the line here, there's not too much to say, but it is very welcoming to be able to stand before a group of so many people that you know. Those of you who do know me know that I grew up in Derry and live here in Latrobe and have kids in the school district. And when I was in high school, Derry, when we broke ground on this facility in my senior year, it was, you know, it was a long project. And as a board member, I think that I'm entitled to that. But I was thinking about it on the drive here today that, you know, in some ways, this project is almost symbolic of what our students go through. Many of our students have challenges, and there are delays along the way, and there are things that make them get off the road and back onto the road. And it's not always the kind of project or the kind of education that you would expect to happen without challenges. And so this building that represented some challenges for us is very much symbolic of what some of our students go through as they go through the education. And so I am just delighted to be here. I come to this building with 4 perspectives. One, as a father of 4 kids in Greater Latrobe School District, I am excited and proud that we have this beautiful facility that is going to be there for my kids and their peers and the students that are in the school districts that surround us. 2, as a resident of this community, think back to just a couple of years when you came down Depot Street, what you saw here. This is, for so many people, the front door to Latrobe, and it looks a lot better now. Isn't it worth the wait? 3, as a trustee of this college, I am proud to say that we are meeting the mission that we are charged with. We are providing a value-driven, convenient, comfortable, and state-of-the-art facility for the students they're going to use this facility. And finally, as president of the Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce, as Tuesday had mentioned, we have challenges with workforce. We have challenges with meeting the demographic shifts that are happening. the work that Westmoreland County Community College is doing to provide the critical post-secondary education that's going to feed our workforce is going to go far beyond just Latrobe and Unity Township and Derry and Ligonier. It's going to impact all of Westmoreland County. And for that, I am very thankful to you, Dr. Stanley, to your staff, and to everyone that made this project happen. To commemorate today's event, we present a plaque, and there's a little story behind this. This plaque is a project that comes out of Eastern Westmoreland CTC. I see Marie Bowers in the back. If you could smile any bigger, I don't know that it would be possible. This is a project out of Eastern Westmoreland CTC, and the students in the cabinet making shop make these for us, and we present these. So I kind of have this image in my mind that there's going to be a student that went to CTC that's going to come here, they're going to see it, and they're going to make that connection of what this community college means to our community as they walk past. And so, Dr. Stanley, I'd like to present this to your big toe. Or is it Chuck's big toe? I'm not sure. One of them. The Westmoreland County Chamber of Commerce applauds, congratulates, and extends best wishes to Westmoreland County Community College, the Latrobe Education Center, upon the dedication and grand opening of the new facility. The Westmoreland County business community recognizes and appreciates WCCC's leadership role in providing exemplary workforce training and extraordinary post-secondary education as an essential factor in making our region a better place to live, learn, work, and play. Congratulations. Thank you.
We'll hang that in a prominent place, and we really do appreciate it. I will make a comment that there was a great deal of laughter when people realized how many years you'd been out of high school. I think that's what really made the joke. If it even looked like he was close to being out of high school, I'm not sure that would have been as funny, but okay. And last but certainly not least is Jim Bendel. When I got the program and saw his name on here, I thought, oh, these have already been printed, right? I can't nix that one. In particular, because I don't know if I've ever heard Jim speak when it hasn't been dangerous. So I was a little reluctant. When I saw him in the hall, I said, you know, you don't look well. You sure you feel like speaking today? But he insisted. So he said, yeah, put me in, coach, I'm good. But it always makes me just a tad nervous. So we'll see what's up his sleeve today. I should be, right? We'll see what's up his sleeve today. And Jim is a member of our foundation board, an integral part, again, of being in this building and raising funds for this building. And he's the guy in the room when we're meeting who brings it around to the students every time. And reminds us that we're here for the students, we're doing all this work for the students. We need to remember the students when they become alumni, keep them engaged with the college, they're out in the community. They need to know what we're doing, and we need to know what they're doing. And for that, I am grateful, Jim. Please.
Sitting over there, for people who are from Latrobe or Derry or Unity Township or Youngstown or Derry Borough, might remember all the people that have preceded us. You know, and as I get older, and we should all do this as we get older, you think about all the folks that have come before us. And I could throw out a whole bunch of names, but I'm only going to throw out one. Martha Rupert, anybody remember? Martha wrote a book, talked about in order for things to be the same, that there's change that has to occur. And as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about Martha as she represents all those people that have gone before us. And in order for change to continue to occur, to Tuesday's point, we have to have students. And we've thanked a whole bunch of people in the room, and I have to thank Debbie and Pam for all the work they've done with the foundation, all the foundation board members. But there is one group that we haven't said thank you to. I'd like to have them all stand up, and you know who they are, the students. Would you please stand up? it's real easy to be on the foundation board of the community college, knowing that the work that you do and the dollars that you give to the community college foundation goes to help you. And if Martha Rupert were here today, she'd say thank you too. Thanks a lot.
Oh, now he's just going to make me feel bad, right? I razzed you, and then you gave this beautiful speech. I was ending with the students, so thank you, Jim. That was a wonderful entree into that. So the students that you see here, represent a much larger body. These students are the same students you see doing so many things, right? So they're not only helping us here today because they're just good folks doing good things, but it's because they're dedicated to their own education, and they know what makes you successful as a student is the level of engagement that you have, how much effort you put into it. Many of these same students also went to Harrisburg when we showed up in the spring, and I think, Kim, you had some pictures with them, right? So you probably recognize a few. So I just want to say that I could not be more proud of each of you for what you are doing for yourselves, for the time that you commit to your education and your future, and what you're giving back to the college. Truly, what you have given us far exceeds what we have given you. And just very proud of you, and thank you very much. You are great representatives of the college. I'm going to point out just two. We have a couple of students from Latrobe who'll be cutting the ribbon with us, and so I'm going to embarrass them just a little bit. I've got Stephanie Myers. Stephanie is a dual enrollment student, which means she's still in high school at Greater Latrobe, and she's taking classes with the community college. So that's a great start on your education. And again, the dedicated students are able to do that because it's very rigorous and it takes a lot of time and energy. We also have Crystal Boswell, and Crystal's going into the nursing program, and I can tell you that that is a hard program to get into and then get out of. And so congratulations on getting into the program and working so hard to do it, in particular because so many of our students have competing priorities. They have kids, and they have significant others, and they have jobs. And life gets complicated, and it's hard to fit school into all of that. And so to balance all of that out and be so successful is a tremendous accomplishment. So those two students I invite to help us cut the ribbon, and no offense to everyone else, it was just, this is Latrobe. So for those of you who will be cutting the ribbon with us, we will be going out to do that, and then having refreshments. And again, as I mentioned before, the rest of you can go upstairs and eat as much and drink as much as you want before the rest of us get out there. So in closing, again, it's really been, a day of thanks, but it's because we're just so tremendously proud to be in the heart of Latrobe and be able to offer a greater experience to our students. And it takes a team to do this. And as you can see today, we have a tremendous team working together to make Westmoreland County Community College great. And so thank you. Enjoy. You ready? Smile those pearlies out there. Oh, Chuck heavens. I'll send you a letter of apology. What an idiot I am.
What you don't know is How many people noticed your shoes afterwards? Everybody was looking at your toes.